Welcome back, Warriors, to another episode of Warrior Gains. Last week we talked about different variations of cleans and how to do them properly and how to develop stronger muscles. And today we'll be talking about different variations of deadlifts, which will really help improve your back, your legs, and your core. So now I'll hand it over to Mark and Ryan in order to help demonstrate how to do these deadlifts properly and how to develop your back, legs, and your core muscles.
Hey guys, Ryan here. Today we're going to talk about deadlifts and more specifically the stiff-legged deadlift, the regular deadlift, and the Romanian deadlift. Oftentimes doctors will warn you that you should avoid deadlifts at all costs because they can harm your back and legs. But truly that's a misconception. Although it is possible for deadlifts to inflict injury if you don't use proper form, as long as you use a straight back, as we're going to show you in this video, it really easily prevents injury, and it can be used to really develop your back and lower leg regions, and that'll make you a more rounded and more strong individual, strengthening your core and other parts of your body. And through the use of this exercise, you'll be able to utilize it in daily housework where you're lifting boxes or something, and you'll be able to avoid injury in just achieving and accomplishing the smallest feats around the house and living out daily life, and it really helps you achieve those things. So, of course, some of the benefits of using the deadlifts are that they can strengthen your back, your glutes, and your hamstrings and quadriceps. But some of the disadvantages are that they're very exerting and they require a lot of energy. So because of that, you want to put a high emphasis on making sure you're doing them towards the beginning of your workout rather than towards the end. And because they're such a requiring and demanding exercise, you really need to make sure that you have a spotter or at least someone to oversee you doing the exercise, because it's easy to slip up in your form and not entirely notice because it's so particular. And even the slightest imperfections within your form can be devastating to your back and other parts of your body. Alright, so the first exercise we're going to show you how to do is a deadlift. When you do a deadlift, you start with the bar on the ground and you lift it up using your back and your glutes and your hamstrings in order to exercise that, and that really replicates the effect of lifting something outside of a weight. So one of the main things you want to focus on when you're doing this is having your legs shoulder width apart and making sure that your knee is directly above your ankle. So that when you bend down to grab the bar, it's just right in front of your shin. So when you bend down, he can roll it back and forth because he's in a relatively athletic position. When he goes through the process of actually lifting the bar, he wants to pop his hips forward and keep the bar close to his shins, exactly. And then in order to complete the exercise, he brings the bar back down onto the ground. If there's any bending in his back, he needs to keep his chest up and his back straight. So when he lifts it up, that's a healthy exercise. It keeps him from injuring in here in his lower back. And as long as he keeps his shoulders straight and his chin tucked in, he really will be able to do this exercise healthily and avoid any form of injury. So some of the benefits of doing RDLs are very similar to those of doing deadlifts. Although they're relatively similar, they're different exercises in their own. The benefits of doing RDLs is they can make it where you can run and move with more ease. It makes that sort of movement easier because you're strengthening your hamstrings and your glutes. Another benefit is that because hamstrings, they require they're fast twitch muscles, so you need to have a lot of weight to do it. The RDLs allow you to use this much weight, and it allows you to strengthen overall entirely, and it allows you to be more comfortable with moving heavier objects. In addition to this, there are some disadvantages to doing them, and those are similar to the deadlifts, in that you can easily injure your back if you do not perform it with the correct form. And in addition to this, when you are doing RDLs, you need to make sure that someone's watching you to double check your form and make sure that you don't mess up and injure yourself. Alright, so the second activity we're going to focus on today is the Romanian deadlift, or the RDL. Unlike the regular deadlift, you don't start from the ground. How you begin this exercise is you lift up the bar, and then instead of extending all the way to the ground, you simply go down past your knees, and then turn back up. Make sure that most of the bending is in your hips and glutes, so that you can really isolate your hamstrings, your glutes, and your lower back, and strengthen those muscles most primarily. Some of the key points when you're doing this exercise is to make sure that your legs are shoulder width apart, your arms are shoulder width apart as well, and then when you grab the bar, your palms are facing towards you, because bend down and keep your chest out and your back straight. You actually lift the bar up. Make sure you tuck your chin. That will complete the process of having your back straight, and it will basically remove all possibility of injury. So you lift the bar off the ground, and in order to complete your RDL, you bend down and you lift it up, and you thrust your hips back and forth as you're doing the motion. And it's this motion that isolates your hamstrings. If performed properly, this exercise can be very helpful both to your back and your hamstrings and your ability to lift things around the house. So the last exercise that we're going to focus on for the purposes of this video is the straight-legged RDL. And some advantages of that are that it's virtually the best exercise you can possibly do for your hamstrings, and that it's focusing almost entirely on the backs of your thighs and your hamstring region, because when you're bending, rising up again, that's the only muscle group that is being exercised. In addition to this, there are, however, some disadvantages, and one of the largest ones in that span is the limit in terms of the weight that you can use for this exercise, because if you use much more than just a little bit of weight, it's easy to lose the form, and you can inflict serious injury, especially with this exercise because your back curves easily with those straight legs. Alright, so the last exercise for this video, and all of our videos actually, is the straight-legged deadlift. And this exercise, it focuses almost entirely on your hamstrings and your glutes, because when you're moving your hips, there's almost no motion. You're keeping your knees stationary, and your hips are only moving with the bending of your chest. You need to have your chest up and your back straight the entire time you do this exercise. When you reach down, it's important that you have full, almost vertical movement of your legs. And then have your palms facing towards you so you can have maximum grip and have your legs fully width apart. Lift it up. Big chest. Tuck in your chin. And when you go down, keep your legs straight, your chest up and your back straight. And then this will kill your hamstrings, because literally the only muscle that's being isolated in this exercise is your hamstrings. So as long as you keep your chin tucked in, your back straight, and your chin up, you should be able to use this exercise effectively and have maximum optimal results. But be sure that no matter how long you do this for, you should not use too much of a weight, because you really are only exercising these particular muscles, and it can be really easy to injure yourself.
Alright Warriors, this is another end to an episode of Warrior Gains. Today we learned about deadlifts, which really help improve your legs, your back, and your core. We really hope you utilize this workout video in order to help you improve and develop yourself as a stronger individual with these deadlifts that we taught you. Please like, subscribe, and share. And remember, it always starts with you.